Hi, I'm Anton Simanowitz. I'm Director of the Imp-Act Consortium.
Start again, but look at me so you don't have to worry about the camera.
Hi, I'm Anton Simanowitz. I'm Director of the Imp-Act Consortium. And I just wanted to say a bit about my formative experience in microfinance. Let me start again.
Sorry?
Hi, I'm
Anton.
Anton. Hi, I'm Anton Simanowitz. I'm Director of the Imp-Act Consortium. I've been working in microfinance now for about the last 12 years. And first I want to say, like most people who have actually worked for a microfinance organisation, I've seen huge benefits of microfinance in terms of changing people's lives, and I feel passionate about the value of microfinance. Having said that, I wanted to just say a bit about my formative experience in microfinance and I suppose what's got me interested in what we now call social performance, but really how can we make microfinance as effective as possible in changing people's lives. I was working a while ago for a British non-governmental organisation in Kenya that was working in integrated rural development. So they targeted poor people, they provided a range of different services, and one of the services they provided was microfinance. And I went out with a field worker into the rural area, into this area which was a semi-arid area of Kenya, where they'd basically had rain failure for 2 seasons, so that meant they'd had a year of no rain, 2 crops had failed, and it was a really desperate situation. So livestock were dying, people were leaving the area because they were on the verge of starvation. People were just finding any means they could to try and find some food. And we went to this meeting on the motorbike. It was in the afternoon, and we spent an hour and a half or so talking to the women about how bad the situation was. And during the meeting, some of the women were falling asleep, and they were really embarrassed about it, and they apologised and said, look, we're really sorry, but we haven't eaten today, and that's why we're falling asleep. So at the end of the meeting, something really strange for me happened. Is the women, I don't know if you can see my chest on it, but started putting their hands into the bras and taking out money, which is sort of where women tend to keep their money in Kenya. And so they all collected the money together, and they handed it over to the field worker who wrote in his book, and tick, jumped on his motorbike, put on his helmet, ready to go. And I said, hang on, this is really strange. You say that, well, the women are saying that they're starving, but they're giving you money. And he said, no, don't worry, it's the repayment. Look, 100% repayment. There's nothing to worry about. So I said, well, can't we go back and talk to them? Something's not right here, that they are able to give you money, but they say they're starving. So we went back to the women, we talked to them, and they said, well, we sold a chicken this morning. So they were selling their food so they could make the repayment for their loan. And they said, look, we have to repay, because if we don't repay, we're not going to give them a loan in the future. And that's, I suppose, that's what got me into microfinance, that's what got me interested in microfinance, which is we have this incredibly powerful methodology which is, in a sense, so powerful that it can make starving people sell food to repay. And we know that the power of the groups can ensure high repayment rates. But so few organisations actually ask how people are repaying rather than just if they're repaying. So we hear about the 100% repayment rates, but we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. And I suppose the message from me is, yes, microfinance can have amazing effects, can be really positive, but it can also be really damaging, and it's not good enough for an organisation just to focus on its financial performance, whether people are repaying, but they need to actually think about how people are repaying and do this in a serious way. And this over the years has developed into what we now call social performance management, and which is really about being conscious, about thinking about the people, thinking about how they're living, thinking about how are they using your services, and being conscious of that in the way you manage your organisation.